Whether you're renumbering an existing car or locomotive, doing a full custom paint job, or simply adding details like graffiti, being able to confidently apply decals to your rolling stock opens up a range of possibilities that you wouldn't otherwise have. If you haven't tried this, or even if you have but didn't know the correct techniques, decals can seem a bit daunting. So in this video, I'm going to run through the tools and techniques you need and hopefully show you how easy it can be to get a good consistent result without all the stress. Alright, so before we start, obviously we need to make sure we have the right gear ready. So for starters, we need a good pair of fine tweezers. I would go with regular tweezers, not reverse tweezers, because you can't control the gripping pressure enough and you may crush the backing sheet when it's wet. So just a regular pair of fine tip tweezers, a sharp craft knife. This is essential for cutting the decal off the decal sheet because we want clean edges and not any jagged tearing along the film. We want a regular toothpick, ironically enough. This is actually a really good tool for positioning the decal once it's in place. It's not sharp enough to damage the film, but it is firm enough to be able to move it around with precision. Obviously we need the decal sheet we're going to be using. This is one I've been using for my maintenance of way project, so we'll be doing that on a Chichi train group boom car, which I'm getting ready to weather. We need some water. I like to use a saucer because a flat dish with sloping sides makes it easier to get the decals out of the water and let them sit whilst you're doing other ones. So you can actually have multiple decals prepped and sitting here ready to go, which is good if you're doing a whole bunch of stuff on one side of a car. For the water, you don't need much. Just a millimetre or two in the bottom of the dish is plenty. We don't need to soak anything for long. We just need to wet them and slide them up the side here. So that's fine. And finally, we need two products. We need a setting solution and a softener. So I like to use the micro scale ones. So that's micro set. That's for setting the decals correctly on the model. This is really useful because it helps the adhesion of the decal on the surface, and it softens the decal, which allows it to drape nicely over any surface details. It's pretty much essential to do this before you put the decal on, because that will prevent the silvering that we can sometimes see when we get air trapped underneath or it doesn't sit smoothly on the surface. And we'll need micro sol or a similar decal softener. We apply this afterwards, and this helps to get that painted on look. It just allows the decal to deform correctly onto the surface and makes sure that it's not sticking up or is not too shiny. Right, so first thing we have to do is cut out the decal we're going to use. So to do this, we need to use our craft knife. We need to carefully select which one we're going to use. So I'm going for this one here, SPMW. I know it's hard to see the white. It's hard for me as well. These are a bit of a pain to do. When it's white on this light blue color, it can be quite difficult to see the edges. So you just got to angle it correctly. That's a bit difficult under the lighting I've got. Now when you're cutting out the decal, we need to be sure we don't cut too close. We do want to get as close as we can because we don't want any excess film that's going to interfere with placement, especially if we're working in a small area. So we want to get as close as we can safely, but we don't want to slice off any part of the decal itself. We also want to be careful about capturing anything from neighbouring decals on the sheet, because that's going to leave an unsightly blemish on your decal placement. It's not the end of the world, because you can paint over that carefully before you do weathering and finishing, but we want to avoid that if we can. So all we need to do is just place the blade about where we want and just firmly slice along either side. Trying to see where I'm going. And then down the other side. Alright, now you need to try and make sure you get the corners, because that's where you're going to get stuck and get tearing. So we just make sure the corners are cut nicely. We carefully push that out, watching out for those stuck corners, and we do have some. We've just got to cut those corners a little more to make sure that they release cleanly. Alright, so there we go, it's released. Get the decal sheet out of the way. Right, so now what we need to do is we need to wet it. Now these are water slide decals, so obviously water is a key part of that. But we don't need to soak it for long. We just need to place it in the water. Just dab it in there gently, and that is about enough. So grab it, slide it to the side. Now we want to keep it right side up. We don't want to soak it for too long, because much longer than that and the decal will start to release from the backing sheet in the water, and we can actually lose the decal. So we just want to soak it just for a few seconds. Sitting there in the water will be enough for it to finish dissolving. Now we place our model. Now with the decal, we want to position it near where we're going to place it, but not on the same spot. But before we do that, we need to do our microset. So all we have to do here is take a simple brush, get a little bit of this on there, and simply brush it onto the surface that we're going to put the decal on. Now a lot of people say you should do a gloss coat on before you put the decal, which will help it to stick. This is true, but in end scale I think they are small enough typically, and our acrylic paints are good enough that it doesn't actually cause a problem. I've never done that, and I've never had any issues getting good adhesion with the decals using the microsol and microset. So we'll just prepare it like that. And we take our decal. I'm not using much pressure on here, we don't want to drop it like that. Now you need to orient the decal the way you want it and place it next to where we are going to put the decal. Now once it's in place, we take our toothpick and we just gently slide it to the side like so. Get the decal backing sheet out of the way, and then we can use the toothpick to fine-tune the placement. Don't apply too much pressure, just lightly, small movements to get it where you want it. Your main focus is going to be straightness, so that's actually the thing that gives me the most trouble, is getting it perfectly straight. Don't want your OCD playing up on you, because that will drive you insane later. Right, so there we go. Now as you can see, that has adhered well to the surface. There's no air bubbles. Now, to make sure that we get good adhesion and that it sticks over any panel lines or rivets or anything else you might have on the model, we will do the microsol. Typically you would do this after it's dried for a little bit, but for the purpose of the video I'm just going to do it now. Now this comes with a cotton bud in the bottle, so we just need to dab this on. We need to be very careful doing this because we don't want to move the decal while we're doing that. That's all we need to do. Dab on a little bit, make it wet, and we are good. And there you have it. That's actually all there is to it. It's not the big scary that you think it might be. The decal will stay wet, and with these two products they will help it to stay wet for quite a while, and you can fine-tune that placement for probably a good 15 minutes before you get stuck. So there's no need to rush or panic about placement. You just want to be careful moving it from the water to the model. Make sure it doesn't flip over or drop. That's probably the biggest risk point, but even then it's not a disaster. you can still salvage it if you can grab the decal and place it anywhere on the model and then use your toothpick to rotate it as necessary. So you can still salvage it, but ideally you want to place it in the correct orientation. Just do it straight across next to where you're going to have it and then slide it off. Once that's dry, obviously I'm going to do weathering and so forth, but once that's done, you might find that the decal will have a bit of a sheen to it where the film is. That's normal, and that's easily resolved by doing a dull coat or a matte varnish, or even simply a matte wash as part of your weathering can be enough to take that shine off. You just have to play it by ear and apply what you need to get that sheen to an acceptable level. And that's really all there is to it. It's quite useful. Obviously this is a kit, so when you're doing something like obviously renumbering cars that you already have, that's where you want to do it. Or if you're doing a custom paint job like with this one, either on a ready to run model, or this is a kit from Tichy Train Group. Kits are really good for filling those gaps in your roster where you can't get a ready to run model. So obviously in those cases you're going to absolutely want to do decals. So it's a good thing to get some practice in. It doesn't really take much. I've just shown you how simple it is to do. So just grab a model and some decals and have a go, and you'll quickly find that you can get the hang of it pretty easily.